Hi there. Joseph Carabas here with yet another experiment in writing. This is hang on a second. This is number 54. So we have passed the 1 year mark of putting these things out. If you've been paying attention all along, thank you ever so much. If you're new to these, hope you enjoy, let me know. If you think I'm a flake, let me know that too. That's very important information as I grow my career, because that's what today's experiment is about. The title of which is You're Not Stephen King, Nora Roberts, J.K. Rowling, Dan Brown. Stop wishing you were. I did a marketing experiment at Experiment 51. And I want to come back and touch on it again because, as I think I said in Experiment 51, marketing is a 4-letter word. That was the title of the experiment. Did I mention we're listening to Anuna? If you're not familiar with Anuna, they're well worth a listen. I suggest you pick up their self-titled CD, Anuna, and perhaps Invocation to start with, because once they became popular, their music kind of drifted from traditional, well orchestrated choral pieces to include some pop stuff, some trendy stuff. Shucks. Okay, not that people and groups cannot grow and expand their repertoire, but let us not forget our original audiences when we do. Wow. So back to marketing. When I work with people, I very often will tell them to definitely aim for the sky, shoot for the moon, go for it. And then I will also say to them, and do realize that most of your writing heroes started long before, quite honestly, what we recognize as social media was on the game. Stephen King, Nora Roberts, J.K. Rowling, Dan Brown, James Patterson. Their careers were built and established in the before time. And that is significant because now the market is essentially flooded. It is still the Wild West. It is still the gold rush. And while there are wonderful apocryphal stories, and there are companies that promise you we can make you 6- and 7-figure incomes, you have to really seriously say to yourself, how many of your clients have you been that successful with? I did actually investigate this. Not a lot. I once challenged, I was taking a class and the owner of the company said that they had had all these successes and here are these people. And I said, what is the success rate? And what do you mean success rate? How many of your clients you've helped these clients which you're telling us about achieve 6- and 7-figure income? That's wonderful. Congratulations. If you're telling me you were able to do that for 4 out of 4 clients and that's all you've worked with, that's impressive. If you're going to tell me that you've done that for 100 out of 100 clients, that's really impressive. We're talking 1,000 out of 1,000 clients, I will sign up now. But if you're saying you did that for 4 out of 1,000 clients, you got a really crappy success rate. The ROI on this sucks. I can do better than that doing nothing. And that's a significant thing you need to know. Because the market is adrift in an ocean. Nobody has won yet. There are individuals who do very well, yes. Congratulations to them. Realize that what they're producing may not give them joy, because a lot of the ones I've talked to who are at that level say that now they are locked in. They have to produce, 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 and it has to be this kind, this kind, this kind, this kind. And that is not where their joy is. Shucks, dang. I was also reading a book, Stop Worrying and Start Selling. And I was surprised that in there, the author actually states what I've been just telling you, what I've shared with so many others. Excuse me. That your heroes were from a different era, and you're not going to do that. A bestseller today is 25,000 books. A bestseller in yesteryear was over 1 million. Now it's 25,000. So the focus here is definitely have your goals. I've had to realign my goals many times because I was way back in the 1980s, early 1990s. I was one of those best-selling authors in the trade technical realm, not in fiction. And I loved getting those really fat royalty checks. My God, did I love it. Of course, who wouldn't? When I started my fiction writing career, I had that in my mind. And I knew what I wanted. I knew where my goal was. And I never shifted my goal, but I shifted the pathway to it many times. I still have. To give you an example, and I think I mentioned this in Marketing as a Four-Letter Word, I've given up on ads of any kind, really. I've done everything step by step by step. I've taken advice. I've done what I was told. Ain't working for me. Is it because my books suck? That's always a possibility. Check that one first. Don't kid yourself. Don't lie to yourself. If your books suck, people ain't going to read them. I got too many 4 and 5-star reviews for me to believe my books suck. I got too many people writing me, emailing me, tweeting me, reaching out on LinkedIn and Facebook. My God, this is amazing. I have had bad reviews. I have had negative reviews, not bad reviews. All reviews are worthwhile, but I've had negative reviews. Invariably, the negative reviews are because people don't like how I dealt with an issue, not necessarily how I wrote. As a matter of fact, some of the negative reviews actually have in the review, blah, 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 blah. However, the author really handles emotional character development so well. And I was like, okay, good, I'll take that. So it's not a matter, in my case anyway, of writing poorly. Feel free to disagree, let me know. It's a matter of finding the market. And I think I mentioned before, my books, as one reader of my stories said to me so earnestly, you're writing for a very intelligent audience. Yeah, okay. So you have to know your audience. You have to pick your audience. And you have to go where your audience is. In my case, right now, I'm really thinking that's bookstores, signings, cons, talks, lectures, classes, whatever. Feel free to let me know if there's other things I should be doing. I'm really not a very active social media person. I post, but it's all automated because I would rather be researching and writing stories. This thing here that I'm doing, the experiments, they give me joy because it gives me a chance to actually share some of what I find so amusing about being an author. Huh. Plus, I get to mug to the camera. Be that as it may, you are not Stephen King. You're not Nora Roberts. You're not Baldacci, Brown, Patterson, J.K. Rowling, however you pronounce her name. Um, I wish you were, because perhaps if you were, you could contact me and say, Joseph, let me help you. Let me explain to you how to do this. In the meantime, keep writing. Keep writing, keep producing what you know how to produce. Keep doing what you're good at and get better at it. Because in the end, for me, maybe for you as well, it is about the craft. It'd be great if the craft produced more money. And it's about the craft. It's about the ability to make somebody smile or cry, weep or laugh. As I've said many times, my greatest joy is when a reader tells me they were so emotionally moved, or they could not forget a character, or they missed their bus stop, or they got lost, they were couldn't put the book down, they're sleeping and their eyes are going crossed at night. That means that for that brief period of time, they accepted my reality more than theirs. And when you co-opt somebody's imagination, you own them. And I know that might sound Machiavellian. I don't mean it as such. What I do mean is when you co-opt somebody's imagination and they want the world you created more than the world they have around them, you found a friend, we hope. You found someone who you can bring joy to. And what's better than that? That's all. Hope I haven't bored you this time. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye bye. Where is the button? You stopping.